Forget everything you know about fish. This isn't an ordinary fish. It's a biological, warm-blooded machine. The bluefin tuna is a species that generates its own body heat, just like mammals. Its massive muscle bands constantly burn calories, turning it into a true energy reactor. It has to eat non-stop and can swim at speeds of about 44 kph. It was born to dominate the harsh, frigid waters. To defeat such a perfectly engineered, warm-blooded creature, humans have to step into a dangerous battle that can drag on for hours. Catching a 500-kilogram tuna is like an open-ocean rodeo, a battle of willpower and strength. The most prized technique is ippon zuri, one line, one fish. The fisherman must use heavy-duty gear and steel-cord line to battle the torpedo at the other end.
And coordination as a team.
And when it takes the bait, the fight begins. This is when the fisherman has to keep reeling in and letting out line over and over, wearing the animal down. The rod bends so far it looks like it's about to snap. The tuna dives deep, rips the line, sometimes even breaches the surface. That thin line holds a fortune, and the fisherman's life. One mistake, the line snaps, and the whole fortune is gone forever. After 5 hours of fighting, the monster is finally hauled aboard. But proud, fisherman, a giant trophy from the sea. Another time bomb is triggered, a 10-minute race to save the million-dollar meat from destroying itself from the inside. The enemy is now Yake. Because the tuna is warm-blooded and exhausted from the fight, the race is on. They must perform a complete system shutdown. The solution is Ikejime. The worker threads a long steel wire into the spinal cord. This action destroys the nerve signals that cause muscle spasms, preventing acid and ammonia buildup. Immediately after the nerve shutdown, they must rapidly bleed the fish by cutting the gills. Next is the removal of the organs and gills. This is crucial to eliminate major sources of bacteria and bring the fish to a cold state as quickly as possible. Finally, the fish must be immediately placed in a 60-degree freezer hold. This is flash freeze technology, freezing time at a molecular level, preserving the perfect texture for its journey back to shore. Perfection is sealed. But did the Ikejime technique and the 60-degree Celsius race succeed? That is determined by a single cut at the auction. Toyosu Fish Market, Tokyo. This is the largest seafood exchange on the planet, where million-dollar fortunes are decided in seconds. Giant frozen bluefin are lined up. Hundreds of buyers gather. They only have a single 4-inch window at the tail to make their decision. This is the appraisal ritual. They use flashlights, rub their fingers, and smell to predict the fish's destiny. Experts say they are looking for the perfect marbled fat and signs of Yake. If there is even a small flaw, the value drops by $500,000. And then the auction begins. These mysterious calls are the bids: $500,000, $1 million. Sold, $3.1 million. The number one fish has its owner. When the tuna arrives in the hands of master fish cutters, the ritual begins. A massive cleaver is used to remove the head, and for the huge muscle blocks, ordinary kitchen knives are useless. The ritual begins. The distinct swoosh of the knife. They separate the head weighing hundreds of pounds. The chefs rely on the maguro bocho, a sword-like blade up to 5 feet long, nearly 10 pounds, hand-forged and powerful enough to divide an entire tuna. It takes 2 people to pull, 1 to push, using their body weight to guide the blade. Removing the cartilaginous spine, and now the crucial moment of revelation. And there it is, the perfect cross-section, the ruby of the ocean, a flawless ruby red color, not a single sign of Yake. The 1726 Toyosu race was successful. Now it's time to grade the treasure. Akami, the lean red meat from the back, Chutoro, the medium fat belly, and here, Otoro, the fatty belly. These streaks of white marble fat are the most expensive cuts on the planet. From the $1,000 Otoro block, it is now in the hands of a sushi artisan. Close-up of the paper-thin blade gliding, every slice must be perfect, translucent, revealing the marbled fat. A small rice mound, a touch of fresh wasabi, and the art begins. This is the final touch that defines perfection. It is not a dish, it is a sculpture. Each slice of tuna is cut as if opening a door into stillness. Warm grains of rice, Tender flesh, a sheen as smooth as silk. No rush, only refined, deliberate movements, just enough to understand how sushi can reach a state of pure elegance. The crust slowly turns a mesmerizing honey gold color. The warm aroma of butter and tuna drifts upward, awakening every sense. When the knife cuts through, the crisp layer breaks with a soft crack, revealing tender, pink, wonderfully juicy tuna inside. This Japanese classic, Idako and Ebi Imonomono, is not just food, it is an eloquent study in texture, subtle sweetness, and umami depth. The process is meticulously controlled, beginning with the 2 stars. The Ebi Imotaro, a premium variety, is stripped down to its perfect core. The real work, however, lies in the Idako, baby octopus. The intense cleaning process, where the organs are pressed out and the octopus is then vigorously massaged with salt and rinsed 5 times, is critical. This 5-stage scrubbing ensures that the mucus and any briny off flavors are eradicated, leaving behind nothing but the pure, inherent sweetness of the octopus meat. The broth, the dish's silent hero, is foundational. A simple kombu dashi is fortified with traditional seasonings: soy sauce, mirin, sake, and sugar. The initial cooking steps are precise. The taro is steamed first to achieve that prized delicate fluffiness, while the octopus is similarly steamed, locking in its juices before they meet the braising liquid. The key to the final flavor profile is the JI, or braising liquid, itself. By first steaming the octopus, the chef ensures its powerful maritime flavor is transferred and concentrated into the stock. This seasoned, octopus-infused stock is then strained and used to gently simmer the steamed taro. This method allows the starchy taro to absorb the rich, complex umami released by the octopus, marrying the land and sea elements perfectly. The low and slow approach, allowing the ingredients to infuse while cooling, is what gives the Ikejime its coveted, melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. The addition of blanched and marinated fiddlehead ferns, kogome, adds a vital, contrasting element, a bright, grassy snap that cuts through the richness of the main ingredients. The finish is simple, elegant, and texturally rich. The octopus and taro are gently reheated, maintaining their structural integrity. Sliced neatly and arranged aesthetically, the final dish is completed with a pour of the warm seasoned broth. The result is a culinary journey. The taro is deeply savory, tasting like the very essence of the ocean, yet retaining a comforting earthiness. One important tip: when grilling seafood, moisture is your friend. Leaving a bit of broth or melted butter in the tray helps prevent over-drying and enhances natural umami. Seafood proteins cook fast, so every extra minute matters. Pull them off early for tenderness and juiciness. Notice how he uses the knife's heel and tip differently. The heel removes bulk while the tip shapes the edges. This split-second coordination is what separates a professional handler from amateurs. Grilling lobster on stone isn't just aesthetic, it's smart cooking. Stone heats evenly, preventing burning and keeping the lobster moist while enhancing natural sweetness. Combined with butter and herbs, This technique creates a flavor that metal grills simply can't match. Restoring an old knife isn't just about polishing metal. It's a process of bringing a forgotten tool back to life. The spine, the cutting edge, the rust spots, the curvature. Everything has to be evaluated before any work begins. The most common mistake is grinding too aggressively at the start. Professionals always begin with the gentlest method and increase intensity only when needed to avoid thinning the blade. When removing rust, use even, light strokes and keep the surface moist to prevent heat buildup. Excess heat can reduce the steel's hardness. The areas near the tip and the heel of the blade are especially easy to overgrind, which can distort the knife's original shape. If the knife has deep pitting, prioritize stabilizing the steel instead of trying to polish it perfectly, since removing too much material shortens the knife's lifespan. Sharpening should be done slowly, maintaining the original sharpening angle. Changing the angle may make the blade sharper at first but weaker over time. Between each grit of sharpening stone, wipe the blade clean to prevent debris from scratching the surface. Finally, don't forget to apply a very thin layer of protective oil to keep moisture from causing rust again. A well-restored knife doesn't need to look brand new. It simply needs to be balanced, sharp, and able to carry the quiet story of the hands that once used it.